Unforgiveness and bitterness is so much more toxic than you think. For Herod had sent and had Jochanan arrested and chained in prison because of Herodias, the wife of his brother Philip. Herod had married her, but Jochanan had told him it violates the Torah for you to marry your brother's wife. So Herodias had a grudge against him and wanted him put to death. But this she could not accomplish because Herod stood in awe of Jochanan and protected him, for he knew that he was a Zadok, a holy man. Whenever he heard him, he became deeply disturbed, yet he liked to listen to him. Finally, the opportunity came. Herod gave a banquet on his birthday for his nobles and officers and the leading men of the Galil. The daughter of Herodias came in and danced, and she pleased Herod and his guests. The king said to the girl, "Whatever you ask of me, I will give to you up to half my kingdom." So she went out and said to her mother, "What should I ask for?" She said, "The head of Jochanan the Immerser." At once the daughter hurried back to the king and announced her request. "I want you to give it to me right now on a platter, the head of Jochanan the Immerser." Herod was appalled, but out of regard for the oaths he had sworn before his dinner guests, he did not want to break his word to her. So the king immediately sent a soldier from his personal guard with orders to bring Jochanan's head. Okay, so there's a lot going on in this story, but what I want to focus on is Herodias, the wife of Herod. Her daughter had the opportunity to have up to half the kingdom. I mean, just stop and consider that for a moment. You have a child that has the opportunity right now because they've done something extraordinary. They've captured the king's attention. And the king has said, "You can have up to half of my kingdom, wealth, power, riches, set for life, up to half my kingdom." Generations would be set with that moment. And yet Herodias tells her daughter to ask for the head of a prophet. I think sometimes we don't process the depth of the hatred that Herodias had to have for John the Baptist. Not only did she give up a massive amount of material wealth just to have him killed, but she literally gave up her daughter's wealth because her daughter had the opportunity to have up to half the kingdom for herself. It wasn't even for Herodias. And Herodias hated John the Baptist so much that she sacrificed her own daughter's future in order to see John the Baptist killed. This is the thing we often miss about unforgiveness. We tend to think of unforgiveness as kind of a very private sin. It's something that's really only affecting us. But what we don't realize is that unforgiveness primes the soil of your heart for bitterness. And if you let that root get deep enough, eventually it will have you harming the people that you love just to get at the person who hurt you. And if you let that root get deep enough, it'll have you sacrificing even the people and things you love the most at the altar of vengeance.